Well, this week, our country will pause to recognize 80 years since D-Day, a turning point in World War II where Allied forces launched the largest amphibious invasion in the history of warfare. Landing on the beaches of Normandy marked the start of a long, deadly, and costly campaign. Now, there are fewer than 120,000 World War II vets that are still alive, but I had the opportunity to sit down with the veteran who retired here. Herb Cohen is now 98 and was just a teenager when he joined the fight. Were you even prepared for what you were going to see during the times?
Listen, I wasn't prepared to go from the Bronx to go to Brooklyn.
Herb Cohen still has his New York sensibility. He was a kid when he enlisted.
We need people to secure the nation. And depending on my age, when I got to be 17, I graduated high school in June, and in July I enlisted.
He served aboard the USS Cavalier in the Pacific theater of the war. In those oceans and islands, American and Philippine forces tried to hold fast against the Japanese invasion. It was brutal and it was bloody.
That was our first operation, and I saw things on Saipan, actual combat.
Cohen was on the front lines, landing barges just like the ones used in Europe and Normandy.
I was a motor mechanic. I took care of the engine. These were gray marine diesel engines, and they would at times, when you ride them, they would get so hot, they would burn the oil that's in the transmission. So we would have what they call a runaway engine.
The Cavalier made countless stops. Tinian, Saipan, New Guinea.
We have to bring supplies in for the troops that are there, ammunition and food and stuff. So we'll be still going back and forth.
Cohen recalls a particularly nerve-wracking mission in the Philippines.
I was in the first wave at that time. I didn't like that at all. You know, they used to have waves. They used to have maybe 8 boats. They'd be circling around off ship, you know. This was number 1, that was number 2 to hit the beach. First one, then the second one, come keep right up.
There were countless close calls, like the time he was stranded, waiting for rescue, or when the Cavalier was torpedoed.
We had guys hurt, we got guys injured. We were lucky, we didn't, as far as I know, on a ship's crew, nobody got killed.
But death was never far away. The Coast Guard vessel also shuttled the critically wounded, boys in bad shape, and some didn't make it.
Burial at sea was a tough thing to see. If you ever saw one. They covered with a flag. They're on a piece of wood, a slab, and then they blow taps, and then they slide it, and they would go right into the sea. Yeah, those are burial.
There were lots of bad days, but he survived and made it home. He got married, had a family, and eventually retired in Las Vegas, where for a while he hosted reunions. He and the rest of the guys would reminisce about those days aboard the Cavalier. But as the years roll on, fewer reunions and fewer survivors. Herb Cohen will turn 99 this fall and remains humble about his service.
It's wartime, you know, it's not a picnic. You know, to me it's a job. You have a job to do.
Well, the men who fought and won in World War II are now in their late 90s or older, and according to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, only about 119,000 of the more than 16 million Americans who served are still alive as of last year. In fact, it's estimated 131 World War II vets die every day.